Hello, I am Kodili-nye. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. New subscribers and old subscribers and returning subscribers, you're all welcome together. You are all appreciated for all your efforts. And we continue marching forward. We continue marching forward. Thank you for all your support. We're going to discuss several issues pertaining to Nnewi. What Nnewi should be, or what should be done to Nnewi, or how to improve Nnewi in a very shortest possible time. But before we do, we are going to talk about what you need to do. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe, like, comment, and share this to everyone. Nnewi City is in Anambra State, southeast of Nigeria. And this city is known for indigenous enterprise, indigenous industries, and technology. Actually, it's Nigeria capital or Nigeria hub for indigenous enterprise, industry, and technology. And the Nnewi is renowned for their industries and has more billionaires than anywhere in Nigeria. A single town that have more billionaires than anywhere in Nigeria. And at the moment have more professors than anywhere in Nigeria. People don't know about that, about Nnewi, but that's the truth. It used to be in Ondo and Ekiti, but Nnewi, because of their wealth, they're able to groom a lot of their children. They are professors and the bigger academies in many universities around the world, not just in Nigeria. So they have more educated people now than before, because in the past they used to say, oh, that Nnewi people doesn't have much educated people. They have money, but not anymore. Things have changed. They are moving at an alarming rate in everything. They are into every businesses. And they have the wealth. But now is to talk about this city called Nnewi. What the government of Soludo should not do. It must be on record that Soludo is the first governor in the history of Anambra State to talk about reshaping Nnewi and bringing back the industries in Nnewi to be working again. You know that in the past, Nnewi used to have between 100 to 150 to 200 industries. But a lot of them has gone because of power issue and the poor infrastructure that can sustain those industries, because the city was virtually developed not by government but by people from Nnewi and other adjoining towns. So basically, you can see there is no government government interest in Nnewi. Actually, most of the things there are owned by people. 99%, I would say. So now the time is now to bring back this city into reckoning, because in other country, if Nnewi is in another country, not a country called Nigeria, he would have been like Hong Kong or Taiwan. But like everything in Nigeria is always upside down. The government doesn't actually know where to take to be serious about, to take adequate attention to. They don't even know how to create jobs, because If Nnewi people are busy building industry, what again? The government should have provided the electricity, but not in Nigeria. Not in Nigeria. You will not hear that in Nigeria. So we are going to talk exclusively about this and what that need to be done in the Nnewi, because Nnewi is very, very important, not just for Anambra State, but for the whole of Nigeria. So if you get Nnewi moving, Nigeria will actually come back, because no country survive without the indigenous people having indigenous enterprise, not just waiting for foreigners to invest in your country. But how about the local investors? And then we have them in quantum. There is no city in Nigeria or in Africa you don't have Nnewi business running. Even around the world, in Hong Kong, in China, in Japan, you see them there. They have businesses in London, in America, in Germany. So they're all over the place. They're into one production or big enterprise. So now we are going to talk about this, but we must also note that the present government in Anambra State looks like they have a greater interest in Nnewi than any other government in the state. But now is the time to accelerate this Nnewi, to bring it back to life. So now, before we start discussing, what do you think Nnewi need from the government? What do you think those industrialists and the businessmen need from the government? What are the challenges? The challenges are a lot, but the key ones I'm going to stress out here. Nnewi need power. Number one problem is power, electricity. The second one is road network, transportation, road network, poor road network, or narrow roads in the Nnewi, poor connectivity of roads, bad roads, and narrow roads in the Nnewi. The third one is issue of water supply. There is no pipe-borne water in the whole of this city of Nnewi. And the fourth one is security. So these are the four major issues. There are other ones, but these are the four key things any responsible government should actually look to tackle immediately with a timeline and a Nnewi. So because if you can tackle this, basically you will get Nnewi running again. You get Nnewi, producing millions of employment opportunities, and more industries will be built in that Nnewi. So now let us start to tackle it one by one. Power supply. Nnewi industries struggled, and a lot of them closed because of this power issue. I could remember Innoson, Chief Innocent Chukwuma, the chairman of Innoson Group, a major industrialist in the city, once said that he spent a lot of money just to power the industry, as well as other companies, those in the Nnewi. That if the government can help them to provide 24-hour electricity or to build a gas pipeline to Nnewi from either Oguta or from across Delta State. So that's a major issue that if it's tackled holistically, the Nnewi industries will produce to their full capacity and they will expand so much. So that's what we have to discuss about. So is there anything being done over this power something? The governor of the state, Soludo, has visited Nnewi many times. Here, as you see now during the campaign, he went there and he promised to help ameliorate their power issues. So how can he do that? When he was campaigning, actually, the electricity was on exclusive list. But before the ill-fated government of Buhari, the greatest achievement, one of the greatest achievements Buhari did, in spite of very bad administration, was the liberalization of electricity in Nigeria, so that the state government can also have access to electricity. What I mean, have power also to generate and to distribute and to register companies. So, and this was a win-win situation, because since Nigeria independence, many people have been calling for this, but no one want to do that. Some self-interest, and those people that want the country to continue going down, they don't think about electricity. They don't know how to develop economy. So now, Soludo, seeing that, saw there's an opportunity to exploit this. So he started talking about this electricity, negotiating with the power holding and Niger Delta that control the power distribution. And finally, it seems that the problem will be solved this year, 2024, middle of this year, because the company that is in charge of electricity has agreed with the federal government that Nnewi will start having electricity 24 hours starting from June. So if this thing is achieved, it will actually go a long way to change the business in the Nnewi. So now, will government be waiting for this alone? There are other avenues the government should explore in order to help Nnewi. There are other avenues. There are a lot of rubbish dumps from Nnewi. Nnewi, as like many cities in Nigeria, in Anambra State and in Nigeria, are having problem of refuge, waste everywhere, in the streets everywhere, poor distribution, disposal of waste, of household waste and industrial waste. Now, the government can also set up a place to produce electricity, where these things can be gathered from Nnewi. The rubbish from Nnewi alone can power quite a lot of industries in Nnewi. If the government is proactive, if they can gather within 6 months, they will be able to start producing electricity from there. So, which is not a big issue for them to do. They can also look at laying pipeline to the gas fields of Anambra State in Omasi and Enugu area. So these are also the ways also to help those industrialists, to mitigate against this power issue. So this is very important for them to look into this, because if not, it will be a mirage to get Nnewi moving progressively. So these are a few areas that can be you know, can be used to tackle the power outrages in the Nnewi. So let us discuss issue of roads. Roads. Stay tuned as we gonna discuss about roads. So welcome back. So the issue about roads, this one is very, very important. Nnewi has not been fortunate with roads over the years. Since Anambra State was created, Nnewi roads has not been actually tackled. So Nnewi, as a commercial city, need dual carriageways, wider roads, because the roads are very narrow, and a lot of them are in a very bad condition, a lot of potholes. So some people will ask, how will you tackle Nnewi roads, considering that a lot of houses have been encroaching in the roads? That's where you needed a bold and a progressive government in the state to tackle, because it's better now to expand the roads than to leave it for future. So the government should actually create a way to get the 4 or 3 roads that run across Nnewi, get it expanded and dualized. So the one that are coming from Nobi to the bank area need to completely be expanded. So how can they tackle it? To minimize the demolitions of houses, they might focus on one side of the road and get some of the houses out. Because if they start doing it both sides of the distance, it will cost more and it will affect more properties. But if they focus on one side, either on the left or on the right, so what will happen is that they will be able to expand that road to Nobi, straight to Nobi. So, and now extend it to Oba. So that one has opened up Nnewi to something like a 3-lane motorway or 4-lane motorway. 4-lane motorway. So now, they now tackle the one that gone through Ozobolo to Okija. So that one need to also be expanded. So either they do demolition on one side, because doing it both sides might touch a lot of properties. They might do one side so that it will help the government to pay lesser money, unlike touching both 2 sides of the road, or they decide to do it that way. So it will help to bring back Nnewi. And there's another road they need to deal with, the one that there's Okigwe Road, the one they call Nnewi Okigwe Federal Highway. They need to dualize that one. I think it's 3 or 4 roads that they need to dualize in the Nnewi. So if you want to, some of them has to be 4-lane. The one that goes to Ozobolo has to be 4-lane. The one that goes from Nobi to the Bank Road straight to Oba, that one has to be 4-lane. And the one that goes to Ozobolo has to be 4-lane. The one that gone to Okigwe, I think, that one has to be also 4-lane. So, and the other major roads has to be expanded. So in Nnewi, around 5 roads need to be expanded. But around 3 has to be 4-lane. 3 or 2 must be 4-lane roads that will have a possibility of running a train on it. So now, the whole of the roads in the Nnewi has to be rebuilt. This can be done by partnership. The government does the major roads, and now I partner with the landlords, the tenants, and the business owners to build all the major inner roads in Nnewi. Some of them has to be expanded, or some of them just build it, making sure that it's built very, very well. So the financial outlay can be sustained by opening up to bank loans to do that with less interest on the loan. So the government can do that. You know, that's how it can. If the government of Soludo tackle the roads in the Nnewi, I'm telling you, the business atmosphere will change. And beautifying it, not just building roads just like the past administration we are building. They need to beautify it, make sure that it's interconnected with flyovers so that you don't have this bottleneck on the road junctions, and make sure that this street trading along those major roads and the roundabouts are discouraged. So that's one thing to tackle. Now, Nnewi water issue has to be solved. It's a shame that in Nigeria, in this 21st century, the government failed to provide water. And the same government is talking about health for all. People that, they are tackling health issue of the citizen. How can you tackle health issues of the citizen without providing clean drinking water? It's absurd. Because the first thing you need to do is to provide water. And to provide water in Nnewi cannot take you more than 6 months. To provide water in Nnewi, distribution of that water. Distributing the water in everywhere. And I can't understand it, because the government is going to make money from this, because the water is not being supplied free. Houses, businesses has to pay. Tenants, landlords, industrialists, they pay for this water. So in 6 months, the water has to be provided to the city of Nnewi. So it's very, very important. So that also this water will also help to save lives. Because all this fire everywhere is because the fire service also need the water to tackle fire. And it will help also to clean the streets. Why everywhere is dirty, the drainages are dirty, is because there's no water. So if there is water, the streets are clean, everywhere is cleaned. So that's the third one we are talking about. The fourth one is security. I think security should actually be number one. A place like Nnewi that is not too big, has to have proper security put in place by the government. Not just the police, because Nigerian police is run centrally from the federal government. So making it to be very, very archaic in their way of operation, and they are not accountable to the local people. So that's why the Nigerian police have failed over the years to tackle crime. That's why most of the police in the street are very corrupt, taking bribes and all those things. They are not caring about crime. And, when there is issue, you are calling them, they tell you to give them money, or give them fuel money, give them this, give them that. So they are now being used to harass innocent people in the street, harass businesses, extort the businesses. But what this government has to do is this. The vigilante group, they need to get the vigilante. They need to provide between 3,000 to 5,000 vigilantes in the Nnewi. If the government is serious, it can start with 2,000. So well-equipped vigilantes that will have modern gadgets for security. So the whole place will, in conjunction with the police, because the police are not that much. They are not that effective. But these vigilantes will help because they are local. They have the local this thing, which Nigerian police doesn't have, because the Nigerian police are not local. People that are being put in those police doesn't even know the area they are working. So that's why the vigilantes has to be people local in that local government or from the same Anambra state. They will know a lot of things, and those gadgets has to be given to them, and everything they needed has to be provided by government, with a task to maintain almost crime-free city. So one, they have to tackle not only the crime, they have to tackle the causes of crime. They have to stop some of these people that are actually sleeping in the parks, those that are selling drugs, smoking drugs and all those things. So they have to tackle causes of crime, not just the crime itself. They have to tackle the causes of crime. So by tackling it, you have Nnewi that will be a crime-free area. So they have to invest, the government has to invest on crime detection. It has to also bring money, donation for information that people will report about crime. If you know anybody that is trying to commit any crime, you just call this number. If it lead to the arrest and stopping of that crime, basically the government give you some cash or give you some award. So this will also help to send a clear message to criminals that this city is not for them. So the whole city will be basically quiet and peaceful. So because with that, you guarantee the city growing, and you will see that the city will basically blossom. So everywhere has to be littered with solar powered lighting, so that in the night everywhere is brightening up. There is no place that is dark. So very, very important for that city. So these are the fourth issue. The other issues that need to be tackled, although the police, the security has to tackle lawlessness, people, doing things at will, whatever they want to do, all those issue with touting and all those things, those will be tackled by the joint operation of the government, the police, and the vigilante. So no more touting, no more harassment of this thing, and also having an effective transportation system, so that people are not kidnapped in those transportation. People are not waylaid, or the transport system has to be regular, changed in a Nnewi. So in a way that is difficult for anybody at all to be operating those transports. So anybody that doing that transport will be known. It will not be anyhow. The person has to prove his identity through. He must have been a Nnewi for some time, and everything about him must be known. So it's very, very important, because transportation is one of the area that determine if a city or a place is crime free. So now other things that need to be done in Nnewi is the markets, modernization of those markets in Nnewi, modernization of markets, building in a way that will look like a 21st century city, building proper something similar to malls in Dubai as business area, beautifying them, beautifying the city centers, the roads, planting trees, ornamental trees, making sure that the drainages are closed and the pedestrian walkways are created, so that it will look like a place that is fit for purpose. So the waste disposal being put in strategic areas, make sure that they are punitive actions to the landowners or business owners or landlords or tenants or markets that are found wanting on that. If there are rubbish dump in any road or in front of the house, that house will have a penalty to pay to the government. So putting sanitary inspectors. But in spite of all these things I just enumerated, one of the things that are very, very important is getting all those industries in area, creating new industrial sites for Nnewi. Even if it's not in Nnewi town, it can be extended to neighboring town like Ozobel. So it's very, very important in order to have a better environment, and in order to also to connect them easily to the national grid, to the new power system that are going to be implemented. So also is to create modern housing estate in Nnewi. Modern housing estate where that will be built nicely for people to live. It's very, very important, so that Nnewi will look like a 21st century city. So finally, I know that it will be a challenge for the government to do all these things. That's why I will recommend setting up of Nnewi Development Authority, or if they want to include other towns outside Nnewi, can be called Greater Nnewi Development Authority. This authority will have a mandate that within a year they will accomplish so. So they will be able to mortgage all these things. They will be able to bring sanity, and also to increase the revenue for the state, because they will be able to organize Nnewi in such a way that a 21st century city are organized. So they will be able to launch Nnewi, the powers Nnewi. Nnewi is also known for hotels. There are many hotels. They can also turn Nnewi as also a holiday area as well. They can also invite more investors for Nnewi. They can help to bring law and order. The Nnewi Development Authority will be solely charged to bring proper development for Nnewi, or Greater Nnewi Development Authority. So the governor should, as a matter of urgency, put a law that will create that. So this agency will be able to bring Nnewi local government, and if it's Greater Nnewi, other local government part of Greater Nnewi like Ekusigo and Nnewi South. But if it's only Nnewi City, you just leave others. So it will be only Nnewi Development Authority. So now, within a year, I'm telling you, a lot will be accomplished in Nnewi. You'll be shocked. The level of development that will come, and organization, because they have like every year, this is what to be achieved. If it's provision of water, beautifying all the roads, that one will be achieved within a year. So in 2, 3 years, 4 years, Nnewi will be completely changed. If it's in a year that they will beautify most of the roads, planting trees, ornamental trees, making sure that the solars are working everywhere, solar lights, making sure that the roads are spot cleaned, that there's no sandals, no rubbish on the roads. You see them tackling it better than the governor will be in Oka doing this, because the authority knows that there is a mandate for them to do these things, and making sure there's sanity in the roads, and also looking at a way of expanding the roads, getting the roads, and making sure that all the major roads, there's no potholes on them. Even if they have not been built, but there shouldn't be any single potholes on those roads. You see, the authority will raise to the occasion, especially when you putting people that are passionate, like what I'm talking about now. Not just people, political people, but you put people that have passion to see that, okay, this among them, this area will be supervised by this person. No potholes on this road. That within a month or 2 months, the whole potholes are tackled. And the person that is in charge of sanitation, cleanliness, sanitary inspectors, they are going around this road. Maybe one person is in charge of 5 roads. The whole place is spot cleaned. No rubbish. The drainages are cleaned and covered up. So within a year, these things will be achieved. And other things. And they will be able to also organize the city, whereas more investors will come and the government will be making a lot of money from Nnewi. So this is what the government should do in Nnewi. I am Kodili-nye. If you are joining this, we are discussing about Nnewi, what the government need to do in Nnewi, the immediate challenges that need to be settled in Nnewi, that Nnewi city has to be brought back to be a livable and a prosperous city, that the Soludo government can bring back Nnewi within this year, if he can do these things we are recommending, the major challenges he need to tackle in Nnewi. And it's not too much if he can start. This year alone, most of these things can be done. Most of these things can be achieved. The ones that are left will be just few of them. It can be done. And the Nnewi now start bringing a lot of revenue, internally generated revenue to the state. So that's what we are discussing. So that's what we have discussed. Bringing back Nnewi. So Nnewi can be revived. So Nnewi can turn out to be that proper gold mine that is supposed to be, and a beautiful bride. So we need to discuss about this. So if you have any view or idea about this, let's come to the comment section and discuss more. Let's come to the comment section. Let's come there and discuss more. Stay tuned. So welcome back. Remember to subscribe. I am Kodili-nye. So the major challenges of Nnewi can be tackled. They are not too much to be for any determined government to tackle, if they want to solve these problems once and for all. This 2024 offered us another opportunity to change the narrative concerning the city, this great city of industry, or the great city of indigenous industries and technology. Nnewi, the city of Nnewi, the Anedo, the city known for production of all different types of machineries, motor spare parts and machine spare parts, and other inventions. There is also Silicon Valley coming up in Nnewi. ICT have been developed in Nnewi. Many people are not aware of this. The hospitality industry is growing at an alarming rate in Nnewi. And the health industry is also growing. There are a lot of hospitals that are being built, not just the government, but private concerns. There are some research facilities that are being built in Nnewi. So many investments in Nnewi alone. So that's why we have to, think about how to bring this city into a 21st century city. A development that has to have a timeline. We always talk about timeline, not just talking. We must have a timeline. Provision of water there will not take you 6 months. As they are getting the water, reticulation of the water and distribution within 6 months, everywhere water in Nnewi. Clearing the place will not take you so much time. 6 months, 3 months, the place is cleaned up and necessary laws applied so that the people doesn't abuse the environment. So law and order. Within 6 months, you see law and order. Organizing the whole place, beautifying it. Within a year, you beautify the place. Planting nice trees and all the other things. Getting the city working as it's supposed to work. And now, within a year to 2 years, you have actually connected most of the roads. There should be connectivity of roads, everything. Potholes, within 6 months, all the potholes in Nnewi gone for good. And at the same time, building and expanding the roads. That one will, within a year or two, that one is completed. Because it's not that too large city. It's not too large. So from one end of Nnewi to the other end cannot take you more than 30 minutes. So which can, will not be difficult for any government that is serious. So let's believe that Chukwuma Soludo will live up to expectation as he had promised, especially starting this year, because he can make a big difference in Nnewi as well as in other areas in Anambra State, as he has promised. As he said, he is changing gear. Let the changing gear also extend to Nnewi. Nnewi need to be completely revamped. Let's get Nnewi working again. Nnewi must rise to be the industrial giant of a city and technology in Nigeria. It has to be. So I thank you once again for the support you have given to us. I know it has not been easy for you to watch some of our videos. Some of the people in Nigeria are struggling with data and all those things. I know that some of them, because the video are long, but why it's long is for us to have a little more time to discuss about issues. So because if the videos are too short, you will not be able to understand what we are talking about. So stay with us, be patient with us. We will be also we are listening to all the suggestions and ideas you are bringing. Remember to always comment, share let's go to the comment section and continue the discussion, because our land must be a land of destination, not a departure point, and it must be a livable and a prosperous homeland. And the Nnewi is the key, not just for Anambra State, but for Nigeria, because that's the only city in Nigeria that has almost 100% of the industries owned and run by Nigerians. So there's no other city in Nigeria. If you have any, you can go to the comment section and name. So most of the industry are almost 99% owned by Nigerians. That's where the government, both central and the local, should focus their attention. That whatever they needed should be given to them. So that's what we have to look into. So very, very important. So for Nigeria to work, a city like Nnewi has to start working. For unemployment to stop in Nigeria, a city like Nnewi has to start working. So where if the industry, 100, 200 of industries, large and medium-sized industry are working in Nnewi, basically the issue of unemployment will go. If all these industries are employing between 1,000 people, and you have, if you say even 100, If you say only 100, you are now talking about 100,000 being employed. If we only 100 industry with 1,000 directly employed or and indirectly. So if you talk about 200, that's another thing. 200 people, 200,000 people employed. So let's continue discussing. Let's continue this chat. So share this to many places. And as you share these things, and as you subscribe, may God continue to be with you. Thank you very much. I am Kodili-nye. See you in the next vlog and the next video. Bye.